Representative Faison.
So what I hope the listeners know is that you can still come and raft. There's still rafting right here in Hartford, Tennessee. We want you to come. There's a great little restaurant called the Bean Trees, and even though we're down, we're not out. We will rebuild. We'll continue to rebuild. I'm talking with TDOT. They're not stopping all the other stuff that's going on right here. You can see this place has been devastated. All that work is going to continue as this work is going to continue. And the other thing I'd like to say is they're hoping within 2 weeks to have this completely right back open the way it was. So please continue to come here. Our county depends on the rafting and the people coming through here. So all of the viewers, call today. Get a trip coming down the river. Come see how fun this place is and support this economy.
Mayor Matthews.
Just once real quickly, I just want to again commend everyone. This is like a miniature version of any disaster such as Helene. You got the three aspects of it. You got the response, the rescue, and the recovery. And last night's response and rescue was everybody springing into action together. It was our county EMA, our emergency responders, TDOT, and all the folks, the engineers and all the folks that were already working on this road just sprang into action. And that is why, thankfully, we were able to say today that we have everyone who is impacted by this. It was on the road in the home that was flooded. We've got everyone is accounted for. We have no injuries, no casualties, and everybody's okay, and even the pets were safe. So we want to say that, thank everybody who had a part in that. And then moving forward, we're going to have that same spirit of teamwork and cooperation in the recovery phase. And again, just as everyone here said, we're hoping in 2 weeks, but however long that takes, we stand ready to help, and we are so grateful for the help from the state and the governor's administration. And just as a Representative Faison also said, the rafting is back up and running. We're hoping to make that better and enhance that as we go along. But we were down talking to the president of the Rafters Association today, and we're on site at one of the rafting companies, and they're up and running. And the crowds are having fun. They're doing great. So absolutely, this is a setback. This is not a defeat. And as Senator Sutherland said, we are a resilient and resourceful people, and we are putting that into practice, and that's not going to change, and we are going to come out of this stronger, and we win in no matter what. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a few questions if anybody has any, and then we'll get back to work. Anybody?
Yes, just how big of a miracle is it that just no injuries, everyone's accounted, and everyone was able to walk out safe?
Well, anytime you have something of this nature happen, which is obviously a force of nature, then when you come out of it with no injuries, we are very blessed and fortunate to be able to get through that. And so we're just happy about that. But much of it is due, as has already been said, to our first responders. The people in this community responded immediately. People were out here helping each other, and our workforce out here was helping those that were immediately impacted as part of this. And so we're thankful and grateful that everybody did come out okay.
Yeah.
Does this change the engineering of any of the work that was going on post-Helene?
You want to answer
Yeah,
that?
I would say we do have some sites that we were working on that were impacted by this. The good thing is we got forces here. We've had forces here since Helene, so I'm confident that we'll be able to. This site you see behind you is the most, what I'll say, invasive with regards to the improvements that are going to have to be had. But again, we've got a good plan. We've I think shown a track record that we can respond when things like this happen. So I'm confident in TDOT. I'm confident in our engineers, and we're going to get it done quickly.
What caused the rock slide?
Well, we're still piecing that together, but the long and short of it is that's a lot of water in a very short period of time. Okay, when you have 2.5 to 3.5 inches of water that's very localized in a very short period of time, these things can happen. We are in summertime, and these storms pop up, and there was a flash flood warning that was issued, thankfully, by the National Weather Service. So, I would just say when folks hear that, you need to take those kinds of things seriously. And thankfully, folks did, and agencies were able to respond quickly. So I think that's a big part of it.
We know you said 2 weeks, hopefully 2 weeks. What kind of work is going to go into making sure that the side of the roads are clear and everybody that's working on that side of the barrier is safe to continue to do that work?
So this is what we do. Challenges when it comes to engineering and constructing things are what we love to do every day. So you know, there'll be work going on over here at the same time there is over there, but you know, I mean, we do challenging work all the time. We're not worried about that. As far as the scope of the repairs, what you'll see behind me, without getting too into the weeds, is you'll see some of this material that's on the side of the hill have to come off. You'll see what we call some scaling and trimming, where we actually take some of the loose rock off, and then we'll make sure that we get that county road up there, that slope safe, such that we don't have those issues in the future. May end up putting some rock drapes on there that are pretty common in this area. Again, we'll assess that as we go. There are actually engineers working in the office right now as I speak to come up with those plans for those fixes.
And you said there were 4, this obviously being the biggest one.
Yeah.
Where were the other 3?
They're scattered out throughout this stretch here. I will say I want to make clear that there's significant damage to this interchange. While we're looking at this one slide, there's several feet of mud. Those are entrance ramps to or exit ramps to an interchange down there. We're going to go to work getting those cleaned up such that we can assess what kind of damage there is there. But our focus is going to be on getting the interstate, getting connectivity, getting the interstate open as quickly as we can. We know this area depends on this route from a commerce standpoint as well as emergency services. So our focus is always getting our routes reconnected as soon as possible.
Let me add something to what he said. When this area of Tennessee hurts, the whole state hurts. This is a major artery that feeds all the way to Memphis. And I want to brag on TDOT just for a minute. I'm actually